My name is Sheryl Matsuoka, the President and CEO of the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association and the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Educational Foundation. Welcome to the Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association podcast. And today I am thrilled to make an announcement. It's a huge announcement, and we're bringing some exciting news that is going to really transform Hawaii's restaurant and food service industry. The official Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Food Service Expo is now official. It's so exciting. When we roll out our Expo app, you will see the excitement. You will see how many people and organizations have rallied around this Expo, and it's super exciting, which is the three people that I have here today on our show. Our show is February 26th and 27th at the Neal Blaisdell Center, and this Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association Food Service Expo is the official Hawaiʻi Restaurant Association show, created exclusively for and by the Hawaiʻi restaurants and food service professionals. So first, I'd like to have my guests please introduce themselves, and we're going to go around. So may I please have Julie, who's been on the show in the past. Julie, introduce yourself and share with our members and viewers a little bit about your role at Hawaii Gas.
We're really excited to be a part of this upcoming Expo. My name is Julie Yunker. I'm the Senior Director of Sustainability, Government, and Community Relations. We've been a very long time supporter of the Restaurant Association and a legacy partner. And this is my first year on the board of the HRA. So we're really, really excited to be a part of this and to support you guys. We love the restaurants. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, thank you so much for being a sponsor for our Expo. We're so excited. And as Julie knows, our board is a very, action-packed board, right, Julie? There's always something. We're always talking about the next thing. And for us, the Expo is the next thing. So may I have Patrick introduce yourself, Patrick?
Sure. Thanks, Sheryl. Hi, Patrick Klein. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer here at IO Hawaii. You might know kind of more of our brands, Honolulu Magazine and Hawaii Business Magazine, just to name a few, but I work with all of them and really excited to be part of this and working with the Hawaii Restaurant Association to make the 2025 show, no doubt, the best show that we've had so far. And I'll go into a little bit more later, Sheryl, I think.
Yes, absolutely, Patrick. Thank you. And this is Nicole. Nicole, please introduce yourself.
Thank you, Sheryl, for inviting me to be a part of this webinar. Aloha, everyone, and Happy New Year. I'm Nicole Gomez. I am partner and administrator for King's Transport Refrigeration. Our company's been around since 2011, and we service and repair transport refrigeration equipment, such as Golden State Foods, who takes care of McDonald's and Starbucks, Waihata, Tropic Fish. We also service the neighbor islands, and we build refrigerated vans for customers. I'm super excited to be bringing 2 of our vans to the Expo next month. And so I hope everybody can stop by and say hi to me.
Yes, I'm going to be introducing Nicole to a lot of restaurateurs, Nicole. So yes, we're excited that you're going to be an exhibitor in our Expo this year. And this isn't just any other Expo. This is a moment to spotlight our incredible local food service community. And it's going to have our industry leaders, many of our emerging trends and innovations are going to be shown. Yes, people, we will have the robots there, and these are new robots. So a lot of exciting AI, everybody's talking about AI, is going to be featured at our show. So let's go ahead then and start with, what inspired this show. And I really want to just mention that we just really appreciate this collaboration. Thank you, Patrick. I tell Patrick, I see him and talk to him more than my husband, people. And so you got to know, we're like on the phone and texting and emailing. So it's been a pleasure. Patrick, you want to talk a little bit about what Hawaii Business Magazine's role is with the show?
Sure, love to. And Cheryl, really, no doubt the energy and the drive behind all of this is coming from Cheryl. So I just got back from a little vacation, and she was actually on vacation before me. And the entire time she was on vacation, I was getting these emails from I don't know what kind of time zone. I think it was you're halfway across the world, right, Cheryl? But just kind of speaks to the passion and the energy that Cheryl has put into this. Starting actually, it feels like a long time ago, but it was only maybe a few months back where I got a call from Cheryl, and she was saying, we're thinking about doing this. We're thinking about putting on this show. We could really use some help and support. Would you guys be interested? And now let me take a couple steps back, maybe a couple years prior. Before I joined IO, I've been here about 2 years now. I was with the newspaper group, and I was with them for about 20 years. And we actually had the privilege of working with Cheryl and her counterpart at the other trade organization to put on their original show at the convention center. So I was kind of right in the middle of that, helping to put that all together. So I have a lot of experience, with expos and shows, and very intimately knowledgeable about the restaurant show, which is very close to our heart. One of our magazines, Honolulu Magazine, they obviously support a lot of the restaurants. We do our different restaurant sections every year on that. But when Cheryl came to us, we said, whatever you need. I think a lot of people know that energy. Cheryl comes asking, you have to say yes, right? So we jumped in, 2 feet, arms, legs, heads, everything, and it's been a great ride since then. But we have a lot of experience putting these shows together. We were under the gun, like Cheryl mentioned, February 26, 27. That's right around the corner. But I don't think it would have been possible, but unless for all the support, like Julie at Hawaii Gas, Nicole, you guys at King's Refrigeration. Did I get that right?
King's Transport Refrigeration.
Transport. I'm sorry. But that just shows kind of the support that Cheryl and the HRA received. I think it was like we put out the calls. There was a whirlwind, like 3 weeks there. Cheryl's not exaggerating. We saw each other a lot. We got to go to a lot of coffees and then lunches and then mid kind of lunch between dinners and then after hour things. But every single person that we talked to, and I'm not exaggerating, they all said yes, right away, said, how can we help? Happy, I'm not sure if I should talk about some of the support now, but we have Hawaii Gas as a sponsor. We have Waihata as a sponsor, Cisco as a sponsor, First Hawaiian Bank is a sponsor. We have a lot of the other local banks as exhibitors, but just to name a few, I don't want to miss anybody now, and I'm sure I'll catch, Cheryl, you'll remind me as we go through this also. But just again, we have such great support that rallied around Cheryl and HRA that it was kind of a no-brainer.
Oh, thank you, Patrick. And yes, we absolutely want to mention Spot On because, we love Stephanie and we want to thank Stephanie, just like what we did with Julie. When I sat down with Julie, right? And I said, Julie, there's a definite need for a dedicated expo that supports the restaurant and the food service industry, and we want to address all of the challenges that we have. And Julie was the one who just immediately said, we're in. Julie, share with everyone why you said, girl, we're in, 2 feet, all in.
Oh, sure. So thanks, Cheryl. Of course, as you know, the restaurants are some of our major customers. And so we're always happy to support in any way. I know it's been, a difficult couple of years with COVID and price increases and everything else. So we always want to show our support for the restaurants. And for this expo, it is the largest gathering of food service professionals in Hawaii, showcasing the latest trends, products, and innovations in the industry. I've been for the past couple of years, and I can tell you it is one heck of a cool show. So we are really happy to support and really looking forward to, having our booth there and walking around and checking out all the latest trends in the food service and always good eats.
Yes, and Patrick is so right, Julie, don't let me tear up again. When Julie was like not even blinking, right, Patrick? And Julie was like all in, just tell me what I got to do. When we met with Julie and all of the other organizations and businesses, even for exhibitors such as Nicole, right? All in, tell us what we got to do. And it's been a really, short timeline, and we appreciate everybody's flexibility. But we are still looking for more exhibitors, right, Patrick? Which
We
is
are.
for the show today. We're looking for sponsors, we're looking for exhibitors, and Patrick will cover all of that. But I really want to touch on Nicole. Nicole, we want to thank you. We want to thank you for coming in and bringing your 2 refrigerated vans and showing your support. You were one of the first who said, I'm in. And so that's the reason why you're on this show, girl, because we need that support. So share with us why you said, yes, I'm all in, Sheryl.
Well, last year was probably my first push to do advertising for my company. And that show that we did in March, I thought was well fitting. And then when I heard about the split, I just thought, the Hawaii Restaurant Association is definitely for us. And 99.9% of our customers are in the food industry. So, it made sense for me to bring our custom products to the show. My line of work is mostly on the food distribution part, when it comes to restaurants like Chunwa Cam, bringing their manapua to the stores, or even farmers just bringing their produce to the restaurants. You need refrigerated bags, you need refrigerated vehicles, and I'm just super excited to be a part of it. And I'm really excited about bringing the first electric refrigerated van to the island. That's going to be a fancy toy for a lot of people. I know, Teslas are very, very trendy over here, but when it comes to my particular industry, all electric is very, very new, very innovative, and it's still quite in its infancy. So I'm very excited to be working on this van and showing it to all of the attendees.
Nice. Well, Patrick's been laughing because we always talk about all these toys, right, Patrick?
Yeah.
It's like vans and trucks and all these things, the industry, that's our industry. So Patrick, do you want to cover a little bit about like the sponsorships and a little bit about the exhibitors? Because we still have, space for exhibitors. And if people are interested, please reach out.
Sure. And by all means, everyone always asks, like, who's coming? Do you have enough critical mass? We do. That's hands down. We have, I think, close to 100 booths already sold. So we know that we have a lot of this, but we can always have more, right? The more, the better. Just the time commitment, the energy commitment for all of our people coming to the show, our visitors. We want to make sure that we have as much new technology and people there to showcase our products. But we are looking for a few more sponsors, right? There's opportunity. We can get creative. We'd love to hear your ideas if you wanted to be a sponsor for example, like a lunch. We're not looking to feed all of the attendees because they come in and they sample different things. But if you wanted to have face-to-face time and a captive audience, for example, from the exhibitors, right, the vendors there, you might be able to be a lunch sponsor and to supply, make sure that they come into your booth or your area. We can do something like that. Another one of our sponsors wanted to do a pauhana, so we worked with them, but they're open to having a partner with that to just have it bigger and better. Not gonna lie, this is our first year. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be huge, but we're also being fiscally responsible and making sure that we're watching our P&L very closely. But that's why if we can get another sponsor for Pauhana, like two of two, then we can just be bigger and better. We're, like we mentioned, we have a lot of booth sales already and exhibitors, but always looking for more. We are coming up on some deadlines. If you don't mind me kind of pitching that a little bit. January 17th is kind of our first deadline to send your forms in. And Well, I know that the numbers I'm quoting you are the people that have actually sent in their paperwork we've received checks for. We have about 20 other organizations that have verbally said yes. They said, we're filling out the paperwork, it's on our desk, we're waiting for accounting to cut the checks. We understand that holidays, it was a great holiday season, but it kind of messed a lot of schedules up, just kind of being right in that middle of the week. I think a lot of people took off either the full week or the full 2 weeks if they were lucky enough. But we're back. We were expecting a lot more things to come in, but we really kind of to plead, if you haven't, send in your paperwork. We are, as we speak, we're populating the show app, our Expo app. It's the same app that we've used, or not we, but the show has used in years past. We've added a couple bells and whistles, so we'll have a lot more reporting and data and information for our sponsors, for our exhibitors to have during the event. But to do that and to make it seamless, we need to get all that information in so we can start keying it in and use all the functionality that we can.
Nice. Thank you so much. Now, the attendees, you definitely will need to download the app and put in your profile in there. And as Patrick said, it's all like QR code. It's just it's a very high end. And Julie will tell you, the attendees are all the decision makers for Hawaii's restaurant and food service industry. May you be a restaurant owner or a restaurateur or an executive chef. This year, we're also inviting, Julie, the education sector. We've invited the different like Kamehameha schools, Punahou, Iolani, they all are invited. The Educational Foundation, we have 13 high schools that have our Educational Foundation Culinary Pro Start program. It's a 2-year program in local high schools. They're all invited. And these are instructors who are instructing our future culinary superstars. These are going to be our future chefs. So it's decision makers. It's people who are purchasing agents. We've invited the hospitals. They have cafeterias, Julie, right? And those hospitals, it's the assisted living facilities. They have, I want to say cafeterias, right? But it's a kitchen, a commercial kitchen. Anybody with a commercial kitchen will be invited, and we're asking for those, those purchasing agents who can make the decision. So, Julie, you've been to the show. You know who attends the show. What do you notice?
Oh, it's really, really well attended. I've noticed, suppliers, vendors, restaurants, beverage, like people. Yeah, so as we were saying, it is the premier show with everybody there. So if you're interested in getting connected, even from, just a circular A to Z, last year I was even surprised that you had sustainability products for your restaurant if you're interested in doing that. So it really runs the gamut of all kinds of vendors and exhibitors. So it's a really, really great show. So I encourage you guys to sign up, sponsor, and to attend.
Thank you so much. And Nicole, you were there in 2024. So the type of, attendees that we're really seeking are the decision makers, are the purchasing agents. That's the call out. And our board of directors has been tasked. And Nicole, our board of directors, there's 40 of them. And Julie will tell you which organizations they come from, right? And they've promised me that we're going to get them in the thousands. So we're going to start activating our Expo app. Julie, Nicole, when you were there in 2024, what kind of, attendees did you see? What kind of industries?
Very much in particular, I remember trying to sell my black refrigerated van to Mr. Sun Noodle. And Mr. Russell Waihata. So yeah, there are some big players that show up for sure. There were lots of farmers as well. I remember I'm trying to remember Kupu Place, and Anthony has been trying to get a hold of one of my refrigerated vans, and these are big people who need these equipment to help make sure that restaurants are getting the quality food that they need.
Nice. Well, we're going to wrap up the show, but I wanted to give everyone here an opportunity to do some closing remarks. So, Julie, you want to start with any closing remarks you want to say? in case there's something else you want to say before I close the show.
No, just thank you so much for inviting me. We're really, really excited about the upcoming show. We'll be there, bells and whistles, and really just looking forward to participating. So thanks, Sheryl. And you're just an amazing, amazing person who's driving this. So just really appreciate all of your time and efforts on this.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. And always for all of your support. Don't let me start crying again. All right, Miss Nicole, go ahead. Any closing statements before we close the show?
First, I want to say thank you very much again. I really look forward to meeting everybody next month. King's Transport Refrigeration is here. You don't need to go out to the mainland to go ship a refrigerated van. You don't need to worry about poor service because service is our number one. And you know you're going to get cold ice cream and cold fish and cold produce for your restaurant. So yeah, thank you so much again. And I'm happy to be a part of this association.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. And Mr. Patrick, I put you for the last because I know we have a lot to say, Patrick and I always. So Patrick, go ahead and start closing the show.
And I think not to sound like a broken record, but really excited this year. Again, one of the benefits is it is a pure restaurant industry food service show. There aren't other industries involved. This is, if you have anything to do with food and restaurants, this is the show you want to be at. You talk about return on investment, you know, like Nicole mentioned, like Julie mentioned, the players, your customers will be at this show, hands down, hands down. So really excited. Again, if you are interested at all and you don't know, you know, oh, I don't know what kind of thing for a sponsorship, just reach out to me or Sheryl. And we will talk story and we'll figure something out. And we know that we can work with, you know, any kind of budget that you have. You know, if you wanted to, you know, do something that you think is a little outside the box, well, run it by us. Same thing for exhibitors and booth space. Super important. We have our map. We're working on location, right? Everyone knows where they want to be. Everyone wants to be next to Nicole or to Julie. So get your paperwork in, get your payments in, because that's how we're kind of putting that map together. And it's filling up fast right now. Our show manager, you know, she's going to have a heck of a time. I think they do Tetris in their spare time, but just trying to figure out where all these blocks go. But again, we're very open to working with you guys. We really ask you to, again, first year of the independent show here, love for your support.
Thank you. Thank you. And, you know, as I've been out in the community, because Patrick knows I'm always out and about, right? I was at the Pearl, Patrick, because as you know, the Hawaii Restaurant Association's annual golf tournament will be at the Pearl in June. Julie knows what craziness that golf tournament, 180 players. Here we go, you guys, right after Sheryl puts on her golf hat, and then we start with golf. And, you know, again, we want to thank our golf presenting sponsor, HMA, who is also having a booth here in the Expo. When I was there, Patrick, I got to speak to Roger Mina, and he's like, you definitely can count us in. And so I told him, you know, on my list is also all of the golf courses, the executive chefs from all the golf courses. All of the country clubs have told me they will be there at the Expo. You know, on top of that, you know, I can just keep going down the list. I've spoken to so many of the hotel restaurants, and those hotel restaurants said, we're coming to your show because we know what kind of show you'll put on. So we're getting so much support from all of these attendees, and it's been wonderful to hear the whole industry. So I would really like to, in wrapping up this show, thank my guests today for joining me. And as I wrap up, I just want to say I'm incredibly excited. We are for the Hawaii Restaurant Association Food Service Expo. If you're part of the restaurant or food service industry in Hawaii, this is your chance to connect, to learn and grow with the best in the business. Let's rally together and make this expo the biggest and best and the most impactful for our industry that we've ever seen. So mark your calendars, February 26th and 27th. You know where to find Sheryl. I'll be at the Neal Blaisdell Center. And so whether you're interested in being a sponsor, an exhibitor, or an attendee, there's a role for everyone in making this vision a reality. The Hawaii Restaurant Association is the organization unifying, representing, and supporting the Hawaii restaurant and food service industry. Please remember to nourish connections, savor life, eat well, and live well. We'll see you at the next show. Thank you.